Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little surprise here for you. I wanted to share. Hope everyone's doing well this fine afternoon. Let me just get my thing all squared away here. How's everyone doing today? Quick little impromptu live stream. Hey, Christopher Gann, how you doing? Chris Raymond, welcome, guys. Melissa, Ethan, welcome. Mark, long time no see. How you doing? Mo, Warren, Leanne. Oh, look at that. Just like that. 50 people on the old live stream. Nice Hoard, yeah. We got a little bit talked about here. So, Warren, Jerry Lee, Chris, Jim, Timothy, VC Coins. Hey, man, how you doing? How's Nevada life treating you? Scott Hall, Tina, Dwayne, Roadrunner Coins. Meep, meep. Hello, everyone. Hello, JD Coins. And not yet. I think I got that right. If not, let me know. Trinidad, Joaquin, Kenneth, Jonathan Smelko. Good to see you, brother. Lucky US Money, M. Lopez, Mo, VC. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, it's cooled down a little bit here in Sacramento. Are you down in Vegas? What kind of hoard? Well, I picked up a whole bunch of these, and we're going to take a look at them. I bought these locally for a nickel a piece. Yeah, I'm pretty cheap today, but Reno area. Yeah, my brother lives out in Reno. He's out in the Damani Ranch area. Eduardo, and everybody else I'm missing. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Ken, yeah, not only is it hot, but it's also very humid, I would imagine. Oh, Greg, you're going through a bunch of BU rolls right now? Oh, that's good, Russell. Oh, there you go, Ken. Scott's near you. Maybe you guys can hook up, grab some coffee, talk coins, or other things. Oh, you're out in Fernley, so you're close to the Amazon warehouse. Or is that more Tesla? Tesla's out there, right? Black Rock Desert area. Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man. Oh, howdy, Scott. Mr. Scott Hall. Anyways, before I get started on the meat and bones, and I wanted to share this coin. This was delivered by Scott Holiday, a friend and patron to the channel, and he actually cherry-picked a number of these bad boys. I don't know. I don't know if you're on, Scott Holiday, but where'd you find all these? You found what, like 20 of them or so? Got them for like $20 a piece, or Juan Ortiz? Yeah, you're getting ready for the gun show, huh? But anyways, he cherry picked a whole bunch of these for $20 a piece. Nice mint state, 38D Buffalo nickels, and they all have RPM number 2. I'm not going to get very close in there. That's as close as it gets. You could see these spread to the west a little bit, but it's much better under like 10 times power magnification. There you go. Anyways, so we have that. I wanted to, extend my congratulatory thank you, not only for the cherry pick, Scott, but also for being gracious enough to give me one of these beauties. You are way too kind, brother. So, since we're on the topic of high grade Lincoln cents, and I've been talking it up here the last few weeks, pretty good. You guys know these top pop grades of Lincoln Cents sell for a bag full of money. So I put out a flyer and I found a whole bunch of what turns out to be cracked out mint set Lincoln Cents. He also had Jefferson Nickels, which I did buy, and I'll probably do a separate video discussing those coins. But I bought all these for 5 cents a piece. Hey, James, you must have me mistaken for JB. I'm Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. He's all right, too. Hey, Corrigan, how you doing? Oh, yeah, Chris, I'm laughing on the inside. I'm like, oh, yeah, everybody's calling me JB. That just goes to show you how popular and big JB Coins is getting. One day here in the near future, I would say before the end of the summer, he'll surpass me in subs. He's doing a lot of live streams and, really taking care of everyone. Okay, I don't know what the difference is, but anyways, we're going to take a look at every single one of these coins. Oh, it's Sean, S-H-A-U-N. It's a race. Oh, it'll be a race for something, all right. Something's hidden down in here that I think you guys will like. Yes, the 74D is clean. But what exactly is going to hold each and every single coin back from grading as high as it can? And that's why we're here today. We're going to take a look at coins as if it were sitting in front of you. Starting with the 74D that you see here. I would imagine at its top grade, which is mid-state 67, 67 plus through PCGS, I could probably say that this is probably a $1,500 coin. And my whole intention is to take a few of these coins that you guys, as my panel, and myself, right, Dennis, not having a full strike. We're going to take a few of these coins and then we're actually going to submit it through NGC. Okay, I'm not a member of PCGS right now because it's way too expensive, and I feel like NGC, albeit a little bit more conservative on the grading side, is going to give me a better idea of what the grading is going to come out to on a lot of these coins. So this one right here, right off the bat, you guys see this little nick here on the steps. And this right here on the end in T is almost certainly going to disqualify this coin as being a high grade. I would say this is probably a 65. And yes, you see these little, the little rim doodads right here too. This is more of a finned rim, but the problem with a finned rim, because it's raised, is that it is subjected to more coin-on-coin damage. Oh, Dennis, what have you been sending, man? That's not the highest I've seen. I've seen PCGS invoices go into the many of thousands. That's incredible. Why don't you share with everybody what you're doing? So right off the bat, without using a magnifier, you got this little nick here, you got these here, and they're deep enough and this one right here under the E. So this one is probably a 65 and it's not worth even sending. Because, you're going to end up spending 15, 18 bucks per coin through the economy submission. So here's an 85D. Okay, there's a mixed bag of various copper-coated zincs as well as the bronze coins. My apologies about my fingernails. I'm kind of embarrassed. They're long and grody. But anyways, this coin looks nice. However, you do have this little unsightly carbon spot here, and then you have another spot here, which look like some sort of moisture, water perhaps. JD Coins, are you referring to this 85 right here? These little tiny things that are upset right here that you see are little tiny plating blisters. Seeing as this is a copper-coated zinc coin, the plating blisters don't figure too much into the grading. You do have a little bit of copper spotting right here. And these 1980s Lincoln cents have to be absolutely immaculate because they had right. I friggin' hate those bubbles. But these have to grade at the very least to 68 for them to be worth something. So this one does not make the list, and we have a whole bunch of them. Now this one right here most certainly does not make the list. It's got some of that original mint packaging film, which is unsightly. Plus, you got a lot of high marks here on the jacket, the cheekbones. Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, me and my wife are considering it. I'm originally from Maryland. We lived in Waldorf, and my dad is from Delaware. So when he was around, we used to go to Delaware every other weekend during the summer. Um, his father-in-law had a beach house out there. So this one has a pretty crappy looking thing right there. Carbon spot that has gotten way too terminal. But anyways, that one is that. This one is oxidized. It's another one of those 1970s. This one is a no-go. I mean, it looks good. Mark, yeah, you know what? I love the area in spite of the fact that it has grown a lot. Oh, La Plata, yeah, we lived there for a spell too. I went to grade school in La Plata for 2 years. In spite of the fact that it has grown so much and it's pretty populous compared to what it was, maybe 15, 20 years ago. We are in love with like the Eastern Shore area, but we're kind of undecided. We were thinking about Salisbury, but just stuff I've read, you read stuff online and you don't know if there's any credence on whether it's a safe place to live, but they're saying it's like the bottom 20 of list of cities to live at in Maryland. Although I haven't been to Salisbury in a while, but Easton, Maryland apparently is pretty pretty high on the list of towns that you do want to live, just based off safety and whatnot. All right, so we got the 1990D here. I mean, this is an absolute nice coin. Hey, Mark, I'm going to send you off on a reconnaissance mission. I want you to check out Salisbury. That's where my wife wants to live. I'm like, yeah, you got to go out there. You got to make sure she wants to be close to the beach, but not too close. And I'm like, well, Salisbury's going to be close. You're about, what, an hour away from Ocean City. Oh, boy. Anyways, hey, Slick, what do you mean? What's up with PCGS and eBay? I'm not a member of PCGS at this point. When my renewal came up, I'm like, because after like $3,000-4,000 in PCGS bills and I was doing the whole sending modern coins in for grading, and I barely broke even. It became more of a anxiety panic attack every time I had those submissions come back. All right, so on this one here, it looks like the D's double, but that's simply just the splitting of the plating from when these were struck. But as you can see, you have tiny little nicks in the fields here. On the reverse looks pretty good on this. You have a couple little things here. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm actually viewing these with the naked eye. Shalani, how you doing? Doing okay. There's Cheryl Busman. Low key, just kind of like slipping into the comment stream there. I know. Surprisingly, they don't have grease and stuff all underneath them. But man. So this 1990 D, I'm pretty sure it has to be a 68 plus or a 69. Jeez. Christopher, that's not a bad gig if you could afford the platinum. The only thing is if you don't use it that much, it's not going to be worth it. Here's a 65. Now this is typical. All right, you see these mid 60s coins, and the reason why they're worth so much money is that they're so tough to find with these fields clean. Say you have a nick right here. So obviously this thing's not going to grade at 67 or higher. Plus, the quality of these planchets before the strike is suspect at best. Yeah, look at this. This looks like dog meat right here, right above 1 cent and underneath the memorial. You have a couple deep digs right here. These coins came from a local seller who obtained these from her father, and he was a crack out addict. Not in the way that you think, but he cracked a lot of these coins out of mint sets, and he cracked out proof sets to fill albums and stuff. So he had these left over, or she did. So the 71 here has a lot of problems. Okay, it's got the original kind of like mint set haze that you would normally see coming out of directly out of a mint set. The soft film wasn't too very, I don't know, compliant when it came to early coppers. So you get a lot of these milky, filmy looking things here. Yeah, there's a lot of full steppers. It's too bad they don't do full steps designations on Lincoln Cents. I think that would be cool, but would it be too excessive in terms of grading? The 72D right here has a lot of issues. This has a lot of these tiny little marks and nicks, a lot of original planchet marks before the strike. Shalani, you're absolutely right. When I was going through my phase of 1963D Lincoln Cents, I don't know if you guys remember that. That was before the very first Mint State 67 was ever graded by PCGS. I probably went through $200 face in 63Ds, pulled out a handful and ended up sending them in. They all came back 65s and 66s, and I single-handedly crushed the Mint State 66 market on the 63D. They went from being worth about $200 down all the way to about $1.15. I felt bad. But what are you going to do? You're trying to find that 67. So this one has a little carbon spot here. You got a myriad of various little dings right here. Beautiful steps. If these were Jefferson Nickels, it would be a runaway success. No doubt about it. This one right here, obviously, carbon spots, big old fingerprint. That's what happens after time when your fingerprint leaves some oily film on there. Yep, horrible. Oh yeah, here's another 74. You got some nicks in the fields. All in all, I'd say this is what a Mint State 64 or 65 coin looks like. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. It looks beautiful, but it's simply just an album coin at the end of the day. Shalani, I agree. If the graders wanted to make more money and they wanted to make, turn something else into this new fad that people will buy into, well-defined strikes on Lincoln Cents is a great idea. Although when you get into, like, say, the 1990s and the 2000s, full steps, much like this, is pretty commonplace. All right, so this one right here, see all that film? It was, yeah, it is what it is. This is a Mint State, I would say 64 and no higher than that. And that's how they would. It is goopy, very goopy. And the big idea is some people are under the impression that mint sets have the highest quality coins that you could ever speak of. People associate mint sets with being what they call white gloved, like mint employees would catch them as they're being minted and then they would be hand collated into the actual sets. And that's simply just not the case. That is far from the truth. But it's a common misconception that you hear, in the coin community. I'm on forum pages every single day, and people talk about, well, why don't you buy mint sets? That's where you're going to find all your Mint State 67s and 68s. I'm like, no, dude, that doesn't work out that way because these came out of mint sets. And you guys have seen up to this point how absolutely abysmal some of these coins have turned out. Like, look at all these carbon spots. That's all moisture. Copper does not stay pretty after a while. You know, it's a very reactive metal. If you ever used copper pipe to like redo piping in a bathroom or something, and you leave it out for a few days, they turn brown. It's really easy, especially when it's so close to moisture. Like this 1982 right here looks decent, but you have some of those nicks right here. And a cool rule of thumb is if you're able to rotate the coin so you get the luster flash kind of beaming around the coin, you're going to be able to see a lot of the nicks that traditionally you wouldn't be able to see without doing that. This would not be a full steps if they did do that. There's a couple nicks, plus it's so weakly struck. These early 80s are an absolute bear to find with a nice strong strike. We've got quite a few of them here. So I want to thank everyone for joining in. Yeah, there are a lot of full reds. Shalani, this is what I would classify as a really good mix of coins to put in an album. If you wanted to do a nice high-end kind of like Dansko album setup, a lot of these coins would make a great representative for that album, but not much else. Like this coin right here, you would be crazy to send this in for grading. It's pretty nicked up. Here's another 72S. As you can see, this is typical. All right, this is what coins come out of mint sets look like. It's crazy. Not too crazy. I've cracked open many hundreds, if not thousands, of mint and proof sets in my time. This 2004 looks pretty good. Nice and clean. I don't see a whole lot distracting on the obverse of the coin. Yeah, they would tone up pretty nice, especially in an older album. So the only thing I see here is this one little nick right here. This area is an incredible focal point to the graders. If it's not undeniably, Chris, you might say one nick ain't too bad, but the difference between this coin grading a mint state 68 and a 69, which for this date of Lincoln cent is crucial. If it's not a 69, it's not worth it. And that's really being hard on yourself because the prices plummet from a 69 to a 68. It's that close. If that nick was not there, bingo, this coin will go to the graders. No doubt about it. But that front side is absolutely clean. Even the rim area has nothing going on with it. Excuse me. Oh. How about this 65? What do you guys think? I already know the answer, but I wanted to get your guys' input. Do you think this one's worth sending in? Well, Ethan, that's a great question. Theoretically, you could send out every conceivable coin if it fits a certain criteria. The criteria is that they look perfect. Yeah, Scott said marks on the obverse. Because think of it this way. Coins into the 2010s sell for thousands of dollars. We've seen it already on great collections. Yeah, that nick right there. So, good job, guys. All right, how about this one? The luster sucks. I'll be honest with you. It looks like brushing teeth. That's a hard pass. You guys are getting good at this. No, this is not. See, even far away. This is what I call like a 10-footer. Like from 10 feet away, it looks like really good. But when it come up close, man, it's like rough. It is super rough. It's like a few of my dates back in the day. No, I'm just kidding. Much love, right? Here's a 72D. What do you guys think about this? Keep in mind the nicks on the actual portrait of Lincoln also count and disqualify coins in grading too. All right, you see what I see right there, bottom right corner of that memorial. Eric, are we talking about the $50 coin? Stars, man, you're not pulling any punches, dude. Crap. You're absolutely right. This is worth about as much as about 2 cents. Yeah, that gash over the 2 is huge. Very noticeable. All right, here's a 73, a little bit tougher date. When you get to 73, Philly, Denver, and San Francisco, these coins I've seen sell for $4,000 to $5,000, and there hasn't been one on a public auction in probably about 2 or 3 years. That's how rare a 73 in any branch mint. Yeah, what's this thing right here? It's a great learning lesson, you guys think? What are your thoughts? 1985. Where you at, McFly? What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, it's got a few little scratches on there. It's a nice one. Yeah, nice call out there. The carbon spot in front of the eyes. Oh, why do you say that, Leanne? Are you grading coins like this and they're like, oh yeah, then that's the ticket. That's the one that's going to be worth a ton of money, or that's the one that's grade is up there in mid state 68 region. This 82 looks like dog meat. I don't have to tell you that much. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. I love doing this. I never really thought about doing it until I was like, hey, you know what? I was just going to do a regular video, but instead, how about we just do a live stream and get everyone else involved? I think that's the best way to learn, right? Are we all in agreement? Up to this point, a lot of the coins have been in the mint state 63 to 65 region. I could honestly say, with exception of maybe that 2004, a lot of these coins are graded around that level. So, all right, zinc time, 1990. Doesn't look too bad. This one can be challenging. What do you guys see on this one that might turn you away from actually sending this one in? Troy, it has to be pretty much perfect. If you can master the art of using a 30 times power magnifier on these coins before you send them out for grading. Scratch under nose. Someone say that, like right here. Yep, it's still there. I thought it was a little piece of lint or dust. Sure enough, it's in there. Plus, you have a couple of these little things under Liberty. Stuff that traditionally you can't see unless the light kind of bounces off that luster part. Ethan, are you talking about a box of coin from the bank? Like a brand new box of pennies? Because I got an interesting story to tell you about that. So up to this point, we've seen a lot of coins that haven't really graded too high, but I'm just going to flash a few coins on the screen here. And say that if you found today full boxes of like brand new 2019s, you know that they still sell for about double face. Somewhere in that $50 to $60 range for full $25 face box of 2019s, whether you're in the Philadelphia coins or the Denver. Yeah, this 81's trashed. The amount of nicks on here has obscured the coin quite a bit in terms of its luster. This one honestly looks like a mint state 61 or so. And this came right out of a mint set. Yeah, the 2019s certainly do have a value. And guess what? They're only going to go up. I haven't showed you guys my hoard, but I always keep about 2 or 3 full boxes of brand new sealed coin pennies. And then I sell them 5 years later and make about 4 times the amount of money. Because people are looking for them at that point, and there's so few of them out there. I mean, there's still quite a bit, but compared to the year that they were issued. Here's a 75. I mean, this is probably one of the better looking ones, although on here I see this little nick right here on the back of his jacket. I'm actually impressed. This one looks decent. It's got a little carbon spot here. All the things I'm pointing out, little nick right there, all these things I'm pointing out will affect a grade in one aspect or another. They say for every nick above mint state 65, they dock it a half a point. This is what would be considered a full red. You are absolutely right. 2019, what is going up? What do you mean, Sarah? '99. It's kind of offbeat date right here. I remember '99. People were freaking out about the millennium. Oh, it's gonna mess up my computers, my clocks. Heads are gonna explode. Guess what? Nothing happened. It was just another day. Oh, this is close. No dice, Scott. No dice. This would be a $200-300 coin right here if it was like wham. No, that's close. The A and the M are touching. Fart. You don't hear a lot of store. Look at this thing. This one looks pretty nice. 68S. Couple little carbon spots. See one right there under the nose. One right there. Yeah, that nick right there above the date. And yes, I'm looking for anything that would qualify as a top pop grade, and so far, nothing. Robert, yes, it does. That's a great question. Machine doubling certainly hits the grade a little bit, especially when it comes to strike, because if a coin qualifies for what would be considered like a super grade, and that's anything mint state 68 or higher, they look at things like strike. Like, see how the letters on In God We Trust is kind of like melded into this rim right here? This would be a strike issue, and they would actually withhold the grade a little bit because of that. But this 68S is not too bad. This is a great candidate for a album. A nice album, not a bad album. Here's another 99. There you go. Another close AM. I have not found a wide AM 99 in over 10 years. That was a decent coin, but it had a few nicks. 72. Obviously not double die obverse number 1. That thing would stick out like a sore thumb, but as you can see, this has a myriad of various little nicks and scratches that are very commonplace with these earlier 1960s and 1970s coppers, as people just did not care about the quality control standards at the mint during its time. Even the 77, not spectacular. So you have a bunch of tiny little planchet marks that are pre-strike. It looks like we have a nick here and a little something. I don't know, a little drag mark right there in one of the columns. Keo, it is pretty rare. There are a few dates for double dies in the proofs that you need to keep an eye out on. The one that comes to mind is the 1960 large date. proof in which there are like 3 or 4 well-known doubled dies. I believe the 1970S large date also has a double die that is very noticeable. The 69 looks like poo-poo. Yep, a lot of nicks. They are absolutely rare. The one that I really want to find is the 1990S Washington Quarter double die obverse. I don't know if Fort Knox is still striking. I think they're just a depository, right? They just hold the gold. They don't mint anything. Right? Yeah, Ant. They don't mint anything. They're just they just hold that stuff. West Point Mint, and I believe San Francisco does gold strikes. Scott, I think it looked phenomenal. Honestly, I think it was that one example appears to be a mint state 65. If your other coins are as good as this one, like you know what's keeping it at 65? These few nicks on the leg here, and that's a common little area for nicks. That's a high spot, and so is the cheek. Although this cheek right here is absolutely clean. This is a nice 1980D. I think the front looks better than the reverse. You have a bunch of these little planchet marks and little nicks all over 1 cent. Yeah, Dennis, that was a gift from Scott Holiday. It's phenomenal. It's a lovely looking coin. 72S obviously has a lot of little condition issues. I didn't really give the seller too much grief about this lot because I said, yeah, typically, people don't really crack out these coins, but these coins I'm not feeling too bad about. I asked her, so what happened with all the dimes and quarters and half dollars? And she said, I don't know. They weren't in there. So maybe her dad or something did something with them, or I don't know. But this one right here, as you can see, has a ton of carbon spots and streaking all over the place. And again, reinforcing the fact that these came out of a mint set. Just goes to show you that mint sets don't hold the highest quality of coins. 74D. There you go. A few nicks. Carbon spots galore. Here's a 71. Same deal, same issue. A lot of bag marks and yep, guys, mint sets. That's where all these came from. This 78D, this is my birth year, by the way. Not hooking it up for me. Yep, mint sets. That's a mint set coin right there. 76, another mint set coin. Tons of issues. 1980 looks pretty decent. This would be one pretty good album coin, but it has a bunch of little planchet marks. So, yep, lots of Nick stars. 87D, copper-coated zinc, ladies and gentlemen. So even on these ones, because the zinc core is softer, if a coin nicked up against the copper plating, is so much evident. It's very, very noticeable because that core is soft. The overall composition isn't as sturdy as copper. So that one right there, that 87D that you just saw right there is what I would say would be a 65. Here's an 89D. This is probably another mint state 65. It's got some of the little white milk spots, which are remnants of whatever rinsing agents the U.S. Mint or the third-party vendor that supplies the planchets use to clean these blanks. 73. What the? What is this back here? This big, huge carbon little area. See that, guys? Ouch. Oh, congrats, Paul. That's a nice little honey hole. So someone broke up some BU rolls at one point and deposited them back into the bank. No, Shalani. No double deer on it. Here's that 89. Nope, no double deer. There isn't a known double deer for the 89D. As a matter of fact, any Denver minted coin. Yeah, there's not a lot going on with a lot of the Denver strikes because of the quality control. This 81. Look at the edge right here. All these nicks. Can you imagine a full 5,000 count bag with these coins just pouring into one, and then they pour it from one bag to another, and all the coins just beating up each other? And that's before it hits the consumers. Same with these 99s, which, by the way, it's a close AM. It's not even a wide. Couldn't even give me $200. Yeah, it's all album filler. But it's good practice for your grading skills. Because a lot of folks, you know, they reach out to me. I'm like, hey, I have this coin. I want to send it out. What do you think? And they show me pictures, and it's coins that look a lot like this. All right, and I have to sit there and kind of like talk them through some of the issues that I see so that way they see it as well. And that's why we have this close-up kind of educational series of coins. So we got a few pennies left here. Here's a 65. Of course, you guys see all this back here. Hey, Broussard, how you doing, brother? Oh, we seriously get screwed. I'm like, the only thing I could try and find is the 69S double die or the 92D cam or the 95D double die obverse. But aside from that, man, it's just like, yeah. You see this right here? This white streaky line right here? That's some sort of like remnant of some sort of rinsing agent that has produced that white line right there. Oh, it's okay, Jack. Sean is spelled like 10 different ways. Have you know, like Sean, Chone, like the baseball player, Sean Figgins? For the longest time, I was calling him Choney. That's kind of rude, right? This is probably the nicest coin in the whole bunch until you flip it over. I didn't even see that. I was like, this is the nicest coin until you flip it over, and then you have that thing. Get cockroach spit on it or something. All right, so we have the 76 right here. Shaun of the Dead, yeah. It's funny, people keep saying that. I've never actually watched the video. It doesn't take much for a coin to fall underneath 63. Traditionally, when you get a coin that is around 63, it's going to begin to oxidize into a brown for the most part. But if you have a ton more nicks than what this one is, I had a few coins in here that I would say are 63 worthy. Like I had one coin that I showed at the beginning of this live stream that had a fingerprint on the left, right behind Lincoln's head. That's a 63. That's going to leave a mark, yeah. He ought to get that checked out. Could be something serious. So this is what we're going to end it up on, is this horse pucky of a coin right here. 81D. You guys remember living through 1981? With the Datsun B210s and the Ford Pintos littering the street? And where are those other Dodges? The Dodge Colt or whatever, if you rear end it, it explodes. All right. So So what do we have here? We have a couple Ike dollars. That was also in the mix. There you go. This one, by the way, is a type 1. See the blocky letters right there? SMS FS. If you have one, you ought to get it graded. That's a tough one. Even if you send it just to Annex. I got a birth year one. I paid $1 for these, by the way. And guess what? Guess what else I paid $1 on? This 1971S Ike dollar. By the way, it's 40% silver. That is a pretty nice 71, huh, Scott? Scott Holiday, I could find out. I know a few people that are into the Buffalo nickel varieties. I'll snoop around for you. I'll let you know. All right. So you guys are on the comments. I want you guys to tell me what you liked most about today's video. I mean, I did keep you guys for like 45 minutes. So you guys tell me what you like about today's video. The one person, and I'm going to pick it. I'm going to pick the best comment answer to that is going to receive the 71S 40% silver Ike. All right, VC Coins. I love grading videos. So do I. Yes, Steve Woods, you're absolutely right. All right, so we got Chris Raymond that said knowledge. Melissa says explanation of the grade and errors. Roger, info knowledge on coins. Awesome. Robert Johnson, that's 71 Ike. That's what I love most about this video. The comments about the Pintos. Flattery will get you nowhere. How about we buy a Pinto when you throw in a 5 liter? What's that engine in the Mustang? The Coyote 5 liter? We'll put one of those in a Pinto. Stars. I wouldn't say it's a completely bad haul. In total, I paid less than $10 for the lot, including this, the giveaway coin. And it just goes to show you one of a couple things. Number one, the talk in the town of there being the highest quality coins and mint sets. Yeah, I could officially say we could debunk that. Number two, grading pennies, Lincoln cents in general is probably one of the toughest things you could possibly do. I've been doing it for a while, so I'm absolutely hard on myself when it comes to going through these things. Even the coins that looked like this one, this 2004, which looks on its face perfect, but it really isn't. You know, that coin right there is not going to grade Mint State 69 or whatever the high grade is, the top pop. So I'll give you guys one more minute. Let me know what you liked most about today's video. It was a little long, and I apologize about that. But the one individual that I feel like has given the answer that I love the most will win the 71S 40% silver Ike dollar. It's probably worth about $6, $7. Beverly, they can be. I think on the low end, a very worn coin that you could still partially read the date is worth about $0.25. Jack of all traders. I like that it was long because I showed up. Well, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm being more out there for, just to interact with everyone. I feel like I owe everyone this kind of video, probably more often than others. You know, once or twice a week. Coin caption: what do you like most about today's video? Scott Holiday, right? I owe you this one. Someone, I think 2 live streams ago, said, I want to watch you break open a box of pennies. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll buy 4 boxes. That's $100 face. Would you guys watch a 3-hour live stream? And like 95% of people are like, yeah, let's do it. I will spend a Saturday afternoon just watching Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm like, okay, that is going to happen one day. Good to see you too, Alden. Appreciate it, sir. Scott Hall's like, yeah, 3-hour live stream would be cool. Can you even do 3 hours? I think you can. You could go as long as you want. I've seen live streams that probably go on for like 6 hours or more. Don't ask me how I know. My daughter, who is a avid kind of like social media nut, has personally witnessed a few of these long live streams. You're welcome, Philip. Thanks, James. Is that your submission number? Jack of all traders. 7-hour live streams. I try to. Because sometimes coins can put people to sleep, but that's only because it's coins, and I got the smooth voice of Barry White to kind of help things out. So if you guys want to fall asleep at night, go ahead and put one of my videos on. It's not quite ocean sounds or a cool stiff breeze, kind of like that white noise or ASMR. But hey, my voice can talk you to sleep, or can put you to sleep. Yeah, so many numbers, right, on that currency one. I know what you mean. All right, so yes, a lot of people. There are a few of us that are followed to the ends of the earth, Alden. So I'm going through all the comments right now. There is a few that I did see. Let's see. Juan Ortiz, I'm new to collecting, so learning how to hunt and pay close attention to coins is great to know. Thank you. That is top on the list, only because I am a firm believer that somehow, some way, you have to start off somewhere. And these days, there's a lot of information out there, but it's all more the advanced stuff. But you have to crawl before you walk. Oh, yeah. Another one that I did like, Michael I said, the honesty of being hard on yourself in grading. That's the only way you're going to be successful, because if you're very, very much a stickler in grading, then you have to keep in mind that the graders will be as well. But there is a absolutely amazing group of comments, and I am greatly appreciative for every single thing that I'm reading today, right now. But I would have to say, let's see here. All right, so I think I'm gonna award it to Juan Ramon. I absolutely love the what he said about you have to see, for someone brand new you have to start somewhere, and he hit the nail right on the head. So Juan, if you're listening, brother, shoot me an email with your address, blueridgesilverhound@gmail.com. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations to everybody. You guys are fantastic. And thank you for taking time out of your day to join with me. So, in any event, I think we're just going to go ahead and end it off here before it hits 1 hour, because that would just be insane. Um, Colin, you probably have a coin that was struck through grease. That's pretty neat that you found something that's missing, Yeah, you're welcome, Jack. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to throw up another video this evening. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Much love and appreciation to everyone. I'm going to go back and watch some more live PD short take episodes on YouTube. Family member got me into that stupid show. It's like Cops 2.0. I'm like, I cannot watch any more of this. It's wasting my life. Oh boy, it's so funny. Live PD on A&E. Oh, okay. Well, Juan, if you heard that, brother, just go ahead and shoot me an email. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. And as always, you guys keep hunting, keep collecting, and yeah, Juan Ramon is awesome, Rain. Good night, everyone. Good night, Cheryl. I'll see you guys later. Take care.